because they'll involve legal matters. But at the end of the day, I feel like we've done everything we can to be good neighbors, and it can't keep happening. Someone is going to get catastrophically hurt again. And even though that voodoo did not pass from his injury directly, I am in full belief that that was the beginning of the end. And that vet bill was astronomical, and y'all helped with it, but you shouldn't have had to. Now I have 5 horses over there, 4 of which have wounds. All 5 are sore and limping and terrified and just completely spooked. I'm gonna get working on. Hey y'all. I have been trying so hard to find the words, to find the right way to come and talk to y'all about what happened at the jail north with our horses. And I keep kind of stumbling on my words, and it's because I can't find a way to talk about it without extreme emotion, because it hurts my heart so bad. We went out of town for what I considered one overnight, 3 hours away. And while we were gone, there was an incident. And if you watch Lester's videos, you know that the neighbor's horses once again broke in to our pasture, and it was pretty dang traumatic. And I think my horses have already made their way over to the barn. I'm struggling with the guilt of not being there. I'm struggling with the guilt of knowing that it's not fair to either set of horses. They're just horses, and here we are, humans, and while Lester and I feel like we're doing our best for our horses, it is really hard to have a neighbor who doesn't do his best with his. And I'm just at this place of like a crossroads. And while there are laws and all kinds of things that you can take in certain ways, and hang on a second. Hi, baby. Oh, Eclipse. Oh, baby. You're so hungry? There's food in the greenhouse for you, baby. Hang on a second. So, I have to muck the barn while we have this talk. I'm heartbroken for our horses who feel and put their faith in us to keep them safe. And I'm sad that our neighbor doesn't look at his animals as living, breathing things. Oh, sorry, buddy. That was Storm's tail. She didn't mean that. And even more sad that he never will. He certainly doesn't look at any of our animals as anything to care about. And we have a lot of things to do behind the scenes that we won't be able to talk about because they'll involve legal matters. But at the end of the day, I feel like we've done everything we can to be good neighbors, and it can't keep happening. Someone is going to get catastrophically hurt again. And even though that voodoo did not pass from his injury directly. I am in full belief that that was the beginning of the end. And that vet bill was astronomical and y'all helped with it, but you shouldn't have had to. Now I have 5 horses over there, 4 of which have wounds. All 5 are sore and limping and terrified and just completely spooked. I'm gonna get working over here. All right, we got the barn cleaned out as clean as she's gonna get tonight, Storm. Can I brush you now? Oh, baby, you have some hay in your hair. You have a little bit of hay in your hair. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetie. When Lester and I talk about the future and the plans and all the things of one day being in all one spot, you can't blame me for my fears about what that means also. Because today I don't have a grandpa that breaks in to hurt my girls or my guys. I have a pretty safe haven right here, right now. And I wish that I had it for all of them. I do. I wish that they could all be right here, if you want to know the truth. There's just not enough land. And, well, you know the story. My sweet girl. She's like, Mom, are we going to turn that fan back on? We are, but I wanted to sweep first and not have it mess up our lungs while I got all the muck out of here. And by muck, I mostly meant dust. But, I feel terrible for Roman and Talus, Gemma, Val, Rita. Yes, they had a really horrible day, baby. They had a horrible day. And my gut is like, just pack everybody up and bring them here and we'll figure it out. Knowing that that's not a viable long-term answer, and even in the short term, the stress of that is greater than what they're dealing with right now, I think. And then I think about Grandpa, Daisy, and Duke, and that it's not their fault. Yet, how can I protect them all, you know? Can't. There's a lot of things that will come out of this. But one thing that I can tell you that will come out of this is the safety of our animals has always been and will always be our top priority. And if that means that we got to do bigger and better fences in certain areas to promote that safety, that's what we're going to do, Storm. While we take other steps, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to brush you, okay? You have some fairy knots. This isn't the right brush, but I started to pick them out already. Baby, I know you can tell. Storm knows that my emotions are running pretty high right now, so she won't leave me alone, which is super sweet. I should have brought fly spray out here. I see a horsefly flying around. But I feel horrible for leaving. But I also know that that little bit of reset helps me so much. And I feel guilty for feeling that way. It's Prim's turn, baby. But no, you're gonna let Prim have a turn. Let her have a turn, baby. No, step away. Back up. Back up. I'll close the gate. Back up. I know it's dark, y'all. I'm sorry. The whole lights are turned off right now. I'll get them back on in a bit when I walk up to the barn, to the garage, technically. I want this peace for all of our animals. I want this calm, cool, collected, safe feeling that they have. And I promise I'm going to do my best to give it to them. And I'm going to figure it out. And I will take all of the right steps in the same way that I think that all of you would do to protect your animals and your family and what's yours. One thing I have to remind everyone is our horses aren't going next door. They're not. Our horses are staying in their spot and have no reason to leave. And no matter what, I can't rely on anyone else to do what I think is right. So that just means that Lester and I are going to have to take extra steps. And we will. You have dirt above your eyebrow, baby. I'm sorry for rambling tonight, y'all. Lester and I had to divide and conquer today, and there's a guilt in me that I'm not over there, but I also knew that I had all the chores here to do and muck this barn because we're expecting rain for the next 5 days, and that means that with these babies inside here that they need a clean place to be as well. Even White Kitty needs a clean place to be. And our Ivy too. You're gonna navigate this one too? I don't have the right brush for Ivy, but it's okay. There are some days I talk about, if you would have told me this 10 years ago, I would have never believed you. And this stands to be one of them too. If you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be out here stressing about some wild stallions that live next door breaking into our pasture and hurting our horses, I never would have believed you. If you would have told me that I would have a horse that is so concerned for my well-being that she stays within inches of me at all times, I never would have believed you either. Or a donkey who thinks she's a pony. Or two horses that have met up in heaven with the other babies that I lost too. I wouldn't have believed you. Now maybe a cat that followed me around screaming every time she saw me. I might have believed that part. Hi, Clips. We really are all survivors of something. And we'll survive this too. Just a rough patch, y'all. Just a rough patch. Thanks for listening to me. Say a prayer for those babies that got hurt, please. I appreciate it very much. I love you, baby. Oh my goodness, Eclipse, you need to be brushed too? Okay, I'm coming. Let me help you. There we go. Oh, there we go. Good girl.